Still hiding your confidence because your outfit isn't doing the talking? My name is Wuraola Ubaka. I am called your profitable fashion coach because if your business isn't making money, why are you even in business? At Wura, we don't just make clothes. We create statements. Our timeless ready-to-wear pieces are created for the woman who walks in grace, owns her space, and turns heads effortlessly. And if you are a fashionpreneur struggling to turn your talent into real income, especially if you are stuck in bespoke and want to transition to ready-to-wear, the Profitable Fashionpreneur Academy is your next step. We teach fashion creatives how to structure, scale, and sell profitably. From the woman who wears it to the woman who makes it. Confidence and profits go hand in hand. Wura dresses you. The PFA builds you. So come, join the movement. Wear confidence and build profits with Wura and the Profitable Fashionpreneur Academy. back on. Apologies for that network glitch. My internet wants to actually do me dirty today, but I am ready for it. So, today is another episode of My Profitable Fashionpreneur Journey. And tonight we are going to be meeting yet another powerful profitpreneur who has been in the PFA Ready-to-Wear Bootcamp for the better part of almost 90 days. I think today is day 83 of the PFA Ready-to-Wear Bootcamp cohort 1. And we're already 10 minutes in. Apologies for the glitching network. And so I'm not going to delay anymore. I'm going to go ahead and bring her right up. Hello, and welcome to my profitable fashionpreneur journey.
Thank you, Coach Wura. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Feels good to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you here. And I've already kept us for so long, so I'm going to
Yeah.
go right into it. So, could you please introduce yourself and tell us what you do in the fashion space?
Okay, so I'm Ugbeide Oshioke. I'm a workwear expert and the creative director of Shura Fit. At Shura Fit, we're a women's wear brand. We create statement pieces with a blend of comfort, confidence, and style. Clothes that goes with you through every season as you evolve from as you evolve to become the powerhouse that you are. Yes, that's why we're here.
All right, we are talking to Ugbeide Oshioke, and she has said that she is the founder of Shura Fit, and she
Mhm.
specializes in workwear. She says comfort, confidence, and stylish clothes that go with you through every season. So, Madam Shura Fit, it's lovely to
Yes,
meet you
yes.
here.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
I'm going to ask you, how did you first come to hear about the profitable fashionpreneur journey as a whole? Before you now go ahead to tell us how you came to actually hear about the PFA Ready to Wear Bootcamp.
Okay. So how I came about the profitable fashion entrepreneur, it was actually through my boss. Yeah, it was posted in one of our alumni groups. So she posted it that she was encouraging us to actually join in like there was a boot camp that was coming up and all. And I was like, okay. So when I saw the flyer, I went to your Instagram page. Yeah. So I went through the page and everything. It felt like something that I'll be interested in. And I was like, okay, let's see how this goes. And and that was how I joined the boot camp. Yeah.
Okay, so she shared the bootcamp flyer.
Yes, she shared it in
Okay.
our alumni group. Yeah, where I
Oh,
learned fashion. Uh, where I learned fashion. So she shared it in our alumni group and encouraged us to join the boot camp.
oh
Yeah,
wow. Wow. That is
yeah.
actually very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All
She's
right.
someone that is
So
a learner. She's someone that is very keen about learning. So she does not allow things like this pass by. So she actually posted it and all so that we should join. Yeah,
nice. And then you actually went ahead to take that leap and actually go ahead and join in. Okay. So
yeah.
let's circle back. When you saw the flyer that was posted by your mentor, what was that thing that made you think, okay, I'm going through this problem, or I have this pain point in my fashion business, or I have this thing that I feel like I want to learn, so maybe I should join this place to see if I'll be able to learn this, or if I'll be able to expand my knowledge of this. What was your pain point? What was your panadol problem?
Okay. At that point in time, this boost actually came like it was something I was actually praying for at that point in time. I've gone through a process in the fashion industry, actually, which is actually an interesting one. I started sewing about 8 years ago. So after my fashion school, I decided to do internship for 1 year in my fashion school. So after the internship, I was now thinking, okay, so where next? What was I going to do next and all? But during the internship, there was something that my boss, my coach actually does, which is like train the trainer. So the train the trainer during your internship is like you are being taught how to train someone else in what you know. So I think it was during that process that I was now coming out to say, okay, let me help someone else, maybe teach someone else the things that I've learned or the things that I know. And I had my internship. She gave me the opportunity to actually become a tutor in the fashion school, my fashion school. And that was how I became a tutor. I started with teaching beginners. And as I was teaching, she was teaching me. As I was teaching, she exposed me to a lot of books. So my journey at the beginning was really grounded. I would say it was really grounded with the technical side of fashion. Yes, I would say it was grounded because she exposed me to a lot of books, to a lot of learning and all. So because I was teaching, I was always going back to read. You know, when they put you in that position that you don't want to fail and you don't want to come to class and teach and you don't know what you are doing. So it puts me in that place that I learned a lot. I was exposed and like I was always looking for knowledge, looking for knowledge. I was running after knowledge and all. So I would say that journey for me, I did that for years. I did that. I taught for a couple of years. And it got to a point that I started feeling like I needed more. I started feeling like I wanted to do more. You understand? So after I gave birth to my last baby, that was how I decided to finally do something else. So I stopped teaching there and I decided to go into bespoke. But when I went into bespoke, I still wasn't sure if that was what I wanted to do, but it was something that I was doing at that point in time. You understand? So I actually registered for a coaching session with someone else. And so during that coaching session, she actually opened my eyes to the ready to wear part of fashion. It was not something I was really thinking about at that point in time. But opened my eyes to the ready to wear. She was like, with everything going on with me at that point in time, she thinks the ready to wear model was going to work for me. And that was how I actually started thinking about going into ready to wear. But I didn't feel I was ready at that point in time. I was still doing my bespoke. I was like, okay, let me have a plan. Let me continue with my bespoke and maybe save enough for me to actually like then transition into ready to wear. So that was where I was for a while. And like recently I started feeling like I think I needed to transition. But I just didn't know how. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know how to transition. I didn't know how to do it, but I knew it was something I wanted to do. So I was fighting with my transitioning from bespoke and actually managing the whole process and making it work. And so when this boot camp came up, I was really interested. I wanted to see what was in for me for this boot camp, and that was just it for me.
Thank you so much. That's actually quite an interesting journey. So you
Yeah,
went fashion tutor to bespoke business owner, and now you are now thinking of pivoting and transitioning to ready to wear. And that's
yeah,
actually very instructive, you know. It's always like I always say to those who want to register for the boot camp, I say that if you don't have technical skills, I advise you to actually be grounded on your technical skills, because in the
hmm,
Profitable Fashionpreneur Academy, we do not teach technical skills. We don't teach you how to cut, we don't teach you how to sew. We teach you how to make money from all the technical skills that you know. So now you know how to cut, you're gifted, you're the best sewer in the whole world, you're the sewist. Now you sew past everybody. All right. How do we translate that into money in your bank account? That's where we come in. We come in to show you
hmm,
systems that can help you actually now move from sewing to actually thinking like a business owner as opposed to an artisan. That is where we come in. We come in to make you the CEO that your business needs. And so where they had shared her journey, she said she first came to know about the bootcamp because it was shared in an alumni group where she was. And then thereafter, she went ahead to register for the boot camp. And the main reason why she registered was because she was at that point where she knew she wanted to pivot. Someone had introduced her to the ready to wear model, and she felt, okay, maybe I should think about this. But then she found herself stuck. She found herself in that place where she didn't really know what to do, how to go about it. Okay, you know you want to move to ready to wear, but how do you go about it? And so that is what brought her to the PFA Ready-to-Wear Bootcamp. We are talking to Ugbeide Oshioke, and she is the founder and creative director of Shorafit. She deals with workwear and she's creating dresses for every season of your life. And of course, she caters to the classy, confident woman, and she's ready to style you through your different seasons. So let's hear it. Now you have come and you found yourself in the boot camp. What were your expectations coming into this boot camp? What did you think? Okay, perhaps if I enter this boot camp, if I learn this and this, I think I'll be okay. What were your expectations coming into the boot camp?
Hmm, that's a nice question. My expectations were, I wasn't sure of what to expect actually. I wasn't sure of how much, like what the boot camp was going to offer. I wasn't sure, but when I attended the free uh what do they call it? The free
Dressmakers Conference.
dressmakers conference. For me, that dressmakers conference was the beginning of the mindset shift for me. As I followed that the dressmakers conference, like I followed from the beginning to the end. I went back and watched the video again. That was how much I enjoyed the dressmakers conference. So it was interesting for me. Then you talked about the 12 in 1 bundle. So before you even talked about, I think you first of all talk about the 12 in 1 bundle before you brought the 3 months this thing boot camp. So I didn't even know about the boot camp yet. But when you spoke about the 12 in 1, I went for the 12 in 1. When I saw the things that were inside, they were interesting. I was like, some of the things were not things that I was familiar with. Okay. But they looked like it was looking loaded. I was like, this thing be like say something there inside. So I was like, okay, let's see. So when you finally brought up the boot camp, I was like, okay, I think I would like to see what is here. I think I would like to join this. But I'm not sure say I didn't have that money at that point in time. But I was like, this boot camp, I'm not sure this one will pass me. I'm not sure I'm going to wait for the next one. But I was like, okay, let's see. So I paid for the boot camp. I paid the what do they call it?
Book a
I know
slot.
I booked a slot, yes. So I booked a slot without knowing. I was like, I need to find a way, but I know I have to be in this conference. So I booked a slot. There's something about me when there's something that I really want, and I feel there's this heaviness in me, like you need to be there. You need to be. That heaviness was so as if something was just in my heart that was heavy, like until I free. So I think I just needed to pay for me to free myself from the bondage that I was putting myself. So when I finally paid for it, thank God my husband came through for me.
Bless him. Bless him. Odogun Woke, we honor you.
My
The
husband came
husband
through
is
for me.
working.
And I was like, okay. That was when my mind came down. That when I knew that there was this boot camp, this thing that my boss put in that group. People were plenty in that group, but that message was for me, actually. that message was for me. So when I entered the boot camp, I was not really sure of what to expect, but just that first week, you see, week one, uh, I don't even know, week one, because because I do bespoke. So there are times that I will have jobs coming in that at the period I'll be very busy. There are times that I will not be so busy. But when I started that boot camp week one was so loaded. It was that loaded that I was so into it that I actually rejected a job that I was supposed to do. Like I did find money, I was looking for money, but I rejected the job because of how I really wanted. That week one took my day and took my night. Like if you see my book was full. I carried the book I bought. It was full from things that I was writing from boot camp. As in, the more you were exposing things, the more I was going to do research, the more I was exposed to more things. And I was like, what's going on here? Is this how, like, I don't think they explained this thing. I was so invested that I said I couldn't sleep. I was not sleeping day, any small time I have, nights, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, I was still with paper and pen. No, that week one was it for me. That when I knew that's okay, I entered the right place. This one, I stay, I die here. I don't know to put it. I'm not going anywhere, coach.
All right, thank you so much, Ugbeide. We are talking to Ugbeide Oshioke, and she is the founder of Shora Fit. You really want to watch out for her brand. If you're those people that have been buying workwear from Turkey, please shift Turkey to one corner. This is your plug. This is your plug for workwear. So if you're not buying your
Yeah,
workwear from Shora Fit, I don't even know who is clothing.
where are you even
So
buying
we
it
are talking to
from?
Ugbeide, and where are you even buying it from? Where? She has told us, how she came to find herself in the boot camp. And she said that she really wasn't sure what to expect. But she just knew that she came in, wanting to get something, because after she attended the dressmakers conference, which was a free initiative. So the PFA dressmaker conference is our way of giving back. And yes, it is a yearly event. We hold it once a year. And of course, the replays are available to catch. You can send a number to the WhatsApp number on the screen, and we would oblige you with the replay to the PFA dressmaker. It is actually a reference material, really. You want to catch up on it every now and then. So she said she joined the conference, and from there she bought the 12-in-1 ready-to-wear bundle. But once we announced that there was a 90-day bootcamp, she was like, how will I enter this place? And she took that leap of faith by booking a slot. Did you hear what she said? She said that she did not know where the money would come from, but that she could not rest. She had a burden. I say it's good. Let all of us be carrying burden. Because me, when every day I say PFA for me was a burden. It wasn't something I wanted to do, because why am I leaving my fashion brand to come and be teaching people? And why am I coming to teach you business secrets? Why am I teaching you profitability? But for me, it was a burden. God has said that I have led you through this season, and now it is time for you to lead other people. So for me, it was something that was a call that I had to do. And you know how you say you could not sleep? I could relate, because even till now I cannot sleep. I'm still not sleeping. Every day I'm writing, I'm researching, I am still not sleeping. So when God lays something in your heart, actually, you will just notice that your spirit will be troubled. You'll be troubled. And that's
Mhm.
actually how you know that God wants you to move, because growth never comes in comfort. Anything you do in comfort, that's not good. Growth must disrupt you. It must break you out of your comfort zone. It must actually shake you. It must tear you apart. That is when you know that that thing you're supposed to do, it must be something that is so, like, you'll be like, how am I going to do it? But you will not be able to sleep. So when you have that yearning, you know that this thing, oh,
Mhm.
I need to find a way. But you
True.
see, every time I say this, I say that our only qualification when we hear is obedience. Our only qualification is obedience. So if she did not obey to book that slot, she will not have given her husband the opportunity to join his faith with her own and pay for it. That's actually the truth. Sometimes all you just need to do is move, because you cannot see the full picture. If you are driving in the night and you put on your headlights and you're trying to get to Gwagwalada from Gariki, you cannot see Gwagwalada now. You have to start moving. As you start
Mhm.
moving, it gets clearer. And so, I am happy that you took the leap of faith and you decided to move. So if there's anybody on this stream who is thinking, should I move? Should I stay? I don't have this money. Oh, maybe I should just wait. Your only qualification is obedience. When you start
Mm.
moving, you will just find that there will be alignment. There will be alignment, right? And that has been Ubeide's story. So, okay, Ubeide, you are now in the boot camp.
Yeah.
Can you explain to us in tangible terms, especially because you are someone who has been in the industry for over 8 years and you've experienced it from different lens, whether as a tutor, whether as a bespoke business owner? Can you explain to us in tangible terms the transformation or the growth or the insights or the knowledge? Tell us what you experienced through, we are now in the 83, so the 83 days so far of the PFA Ready-to-Wear Bootcamp. The floor is yours.
Okay. The first thing that I would say stood out for me for this boot camp is me seeing in practical way the power of consistency. Like I've heard different stuff or different talks about be consistent, be consistent and all. But I saw the power of consistency in this boot camp, and I'm like, how does coach do this thing? You know, when you say every day for the days that we've been in this boot camp, no day passes by that there are no voice notes. There's not that you don't have something to think about, that you don't have something to reflect about, that you don't have something to do for your business or for your brand. And it comes with a level of discipline. This thing comes with a level of discipline. And I don't think it's something that just comes from anywhere. Not something that comes from anywhere. So I saw it firsthand in you. That's just something I really admired. And I was like, okay, this is something like I really want to do. So that was the first thing for me. That was the first thing for me when as in through this boot camp period and all. So that was one. Another thing about this boot camp is the way things are taught. See, I like knowledge. So I've actually paid for courses. I've paid for courses before now for things that I want to know or things that I want to learn. So I've paid for courses that based on during my period of wanting to transition, I've seen some courses on ready to wear that I actually paid for. Coach, there's no one like this one, this particular one. Like every single day blows my mind. Like there's a way some statements will just drop and I will like, hmm, where did this one come from? Like this one is deep. You know when I say this one is deep, I will be like, when you catch the remember, you'll be like, where did this one come from? Like there are things that you know when you think you know something, and when you are through with that topic, you realize that okay, you've not even started. Oh. You don't know what you are doing. Oh. You go back and go and rethink. And that's one thing it has done for me. It makes me go back to rethink. It makes me go back to research. The reading I've done this boot camp period, like I don't think I've done that kind of reading in a long time. So it has actually sharpened me in a way that I can't even explain it. Like the way my brain is working, it's as if it took my brain to another level. Like because when I read something, it's exposed me to something else. I go back to go and do more research. I started getting more interested in buying books about leadership. I've been a CEO that also, like the whole thing just changed. It changed the trajectory for me, it changed my mindset totally. The way I see the fashion business now is different. The way I see it, the way I see like the way I envision that, okay, I want to make money now is different. The kind of numbers that are entering my head now, I don't think about those kind of numbers before. Like I did not see those possibilities before, but now I'm not a fear to write the numbers down. Like I'm not afraid to say this number is what I want to hit. But I couldn't see it happening before. Like I was like, oh, how many clothes would I sew before I will make this kind of money? But with this whole program, I'm seeing that there's really nothing that is impossible. It's actually possible. It's just about strategy and knowing the right things to do and knowing how to do them. And that's the beauty about this boot camp for me.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing. Did you hear her? She said that now she know they think about the numbers. She dey write am. It's the audacity for me. And really, if you really want to achieve anything in this life, there are two things that you must have. You must have vision and you must have the audacity to pursue that vision. Because it's one thing to want something, but it's another thing to have a clarity of what you want. Sometimes we don't
Mhm.
even know what we are capable of. We are just playing on the surface when we should be going skin deep. And you see, like Ugbeide has shared, this boot camp is going to send you on assignments. Yes. And this is just the beginning. The people in the boot camp have now qualified to join the next expanded this well, it's not expanded, it's actually reduced. It's a reduced, more intimate cohort called the Wearable Wealth Circle. And if you think you have seen anything in the boot camp, you better start preparing yourself. Wherever
Ah,
well circle
coach.
will stretch you. The way it's stretching me. That's how it will stretch people. It will stretch you, it will turn you to elastic. Yes. So that your brain that is stretching, prepare
Ah,
for it
coach,
to
you stretched
stretch more.
too. Coach, you stretched. That
Prepare for it to stretch more because in the wearable world circle, we will stretch it. Yes. But for those who are planning to come into the boot camp, yes, of course, you have to prepare to be stretched. There are no off days because in your business, there are no off days. We don't do holiday. As far as the sun rises and sets, you are spending money, so you must be making money. You
yes,
must be
so
thinking of how to make money. Your brain must be working. So whether your hands are working or not, your brain cannot sleep. And so we will teach you to make your brain work for your business every day. Every day. So yes, where they has shared how she saw the practical power of consistency, because there's hardly anything you can actually achieve in this life, especially as a ready-to-wear business owner, if you do not have a mastery of consistency. And so in the boot camp, we will build the skill into you, whether you like it or not, because we know what you need to be to run a profitable fashion business. So we are not here to make you comfortable. We are here to draw you out of your comfort zone. We want to make you the CEO that your business needs. And you have heard Obeide say that she had to actually not collect orders because she knew that the thing that she needed to learn it now. There's a time for everything. There's seed time and there is harvest. And if you miss that seed time, when you look through that Bible verse that says, that there's time for everything, there's seed time and there's harvest. It doesn't say there's harvest time. It says there's seed time and there's harvest. Because when you plant and you sow properly, harvest is endless. That is the truth. If you sow well, you will just keep harvesting. Once you are able to build that system and you get into your season of harvest, it doesn't mean you will not keep sowing, but your
mhm.
harvest will be continuous. And that's really what we want to do. Build continuously profitable businesses. That is the game plan. And where I said how she has learned, how to put in the power of consistency into the things that she does. And she has paid for several other courses on fashion, but she came into the boot camp and it was a complete system. Yes, we run a complete system. We don't do haphazard work. We do the work that we know you need us to do, so that you can get the transformation that we know you need to get. That is what happens. And so um the PFA Ready to Wear Bootcamp it's not the place you want to miss if you're a fashion entrepreneur who is struggling. It's really where you want to be
So
in. So are you here? Are we here? If we're here, can I see us in the comment section? Can I see us in the comment section? We are talking to Ugbeide Oshioke, and she is the founder and creative director of Shora Fit. Because if she's not making your walkway for you, who is making it? Eh?
who is
Who is
making
making it?
it?
Okay, so let's move. Now I'm going to go ahead and ask you. We've had 12 week and week 12 currently. Week 12 is coming up to an end tomorrow. So I'm just going to give you a wild card week because I want to complete 90 days. But yes, we have gone through 12 weeks in the academy. 12 weeks, 12 distinct topics, 12 distinct focus areas. Tell me, what are your top 4 topics in the academy? What were the top 4 weeks, or the top 4 webinars, or the top 4 guides? What top 4 did it for you, and why?
Hmm. Coach, all of them were doing it for me because I was always learning something new, something interesting. Like all of them were doing it. But I think the ones that really stood out more for me will be that first week, the know your why, customer avatar. Like I know I did the work when for that customer avatar. Like those were things that I've never done. I've never taken my time to do. So it was new, it was fresh, and the way the reflections were coming, it was obvious that these were things that I needed to do. So I put in my all to actually do that. So what stood out for me was that customer avatar, know your why. I hardly had the deep thinking, so I hardly know who I'm serving, the kind of things they like, the kind of things they do, where they are. So those things were like it opened my eyes. But like, okay, if this is who I'm actually serving, I'm actually supposed to know things about them, the kind of things they love, and it will help me to actually design clothes for them. So you won't just be designing blindly. You know their pain points, you know their problems. So when you are designing with those things in mind. You're not just designing because a style is trending or because this is what is in vogue now. You're not following trends. You are following what actually your your customer needs or your target audience actually needs. And I think that was like a game changer for me. Then the legal framework legal framework was like that was like an eye opener for me too. Like the whole process of um, protecting your domain name, trying to, as in making sure that you are protecting your name and how important it is for you to actually do those things. So those things are like foundations. So before you start thinking of your brands or thinking of your designs and everything, those things that like foundations that you must put in place before you start building on other things on top. So if those things are not there, it will look like your foundations is shaking. So those were things that I wasn't really paying attention to them. But after that class, I actually went back to actually read more. I'm not done with my own legal framework. Oh, I'm still working on it, but now I know what to do. I know what to look out for, and I know. Like I have an idea of what I'm supposed to do, so I'm not just working blindly. Yeah, so that one was it for me. Then SOP, SOP, standard operating procedures. SOP changed everything for me in a way. Like both it changed my mind and it changed my personal life. the way I see things, like how why things actually need to be organized, why things has to be put in place, like for other people to actually continue from what you are doing or to hardly pick up from what you are doing. So without those SOPs, they can't do anything for you. I've actually been a solopreneur, like I've not hired anyone to work with me. So I've been doing the work alone. And most the reason is that I've had that fear of hiring, and at the same time, I'm always feeling like nobody can do it the way I really want to do it, the way I want it to come out. They cannot really get it like that. But this boot camp has actually opened my eyes that you can't work like that. It does not, you cannot scale. You cannot make things cannot work if you are the one doing everything yourself, you understand? So you need to give people wings to fly, allow them to, so those things changed my mind. So my SOP, I took time to actually work on SOPs in different areas, but I realized that SOPs does not, it's not something that ends, you understand? The more you work on it, the more you are giving people to do it, the more you refine it. But I've had time to actually like do some work on SOPs on different areas of my business. So right now I'm just looking forward to hiring hands and implement those things that I have learned about SOP for, and to just see how it goes at the end of it. I know it's going to be a game changer for me, because with everything that I've done and everything, I'm actually looking forward to that process and see how it works. So I've named how many now? Three, right? The last one will
Okay.
be the last one will be this last week.
Mm-hmm.
The fashion team blueprint. This fashion team, I've been waiting for this topic from the beginning of the boot camp. I've been waiting for this topic, like this fashion team, because it's something that it was one of my pain points when I joined the boot camp, this boot camp, to actually like build a team. Like, how am I going to go about it? What am I going to do? If I'm going to employ someone, who should I even employ first? What am I even supposed to look out for? You understand? And with the things that we're not done with, this fashion, this blueprints, the team, we're not done with it. But what I've heard so far, I've I've done a course on something like this before. But what I've heard in this boot camp, it does not even like, it was like, I didn't even think of it in this direction. Like, it's not just about employing somebody that can do the work. It's beyond employing someone that can actually do the work. Like, it's about you actually having that connection with the person. So the expertise is not like number one on the list of qualification that the person is supposed to have. And that was it for me. Like, so sometimes you might be doing something and you are looking at the wrong direction entirely. You are looking at it the wrong way. And somebody will just come and just bring your mind back that the way you're thinking about this thing, this is not how you're supposed to be thinking about it. And I think that was it for me, because before this boot camp, I was hardly trying to employ. I hardly put out vacancy. Scott, are you there? So I actually put out vacancy for um a tailor, and somehow it was not even working for me. I was wondering, maybe I was not asking the right questions, or I was not even getting the kind of people that I wanted and all. But after this whole process of the whole follow up, the how to build a team, I think I'm more prepared to actually start employing. And I know the kind of the people that I need first. I know the people that I need to start at least then. we can now grow from there. Coach, are you there? I think the network. It's network. Coach. Hmm.
Is Shorafit here?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Buying this network.
The network is really
I don't know why it is
good.
today that this network misbehave itself.
Ah,
But we are here, oh. We are not going anywhere. We are here until we must hear your story to the end. It cannot pursue us. We are we are insufferable. We will be here until we finish sharing the story. So,
yeah.
can you see me and can you hear me?
Yes, I can see you. I can hear you.
Can you confirm that you can see me
Yes,
and hear me, please?
I can see you.
Okay,
I can
good.
hear
So
you.
the last thing I heard personally before I was kicked, okay, the last thing I heard before I was kicked out by the network was when you were talking about, being a solopreneur for a while and you were thinking of how to hire. And so number four for you was the fashion team blueprint. That was the w- the week, the work, that was where you were walking us through before I got thrown out. But I don't know where you stopped, and then maybe we can round that up and then I ask you the next question.
Okay, okay. So I was just talking of how the this topic about building your fashion team, the blueprint, actually changed my mindset about hiring. It was different from the ideas I had in my head about how to hire a team and all. So I realized that the things I felt were the most important were not actually the most important things to look out for when hiring. Yes, that was something for me. Like I felt okay, so which means there's actually more to hiring. It's not just about you having someone that can. So it's possible to have someone that is very good with the crafts. You can get someone that is very good at sewing, but the person might not align with your vision. The person might not be a good fit for your brand and for your vision. So it's not enough that the person can sew, but or the person can do the task you want the person to do. So it's also possible that the person might not just fit into your brand vision and your brand just align with your brand team and all. And that can just be something that you should look out for. So that was it for me.
Okay. All right, thank you so much. We have been talking with Ugbeide Oshioke, and she is the founder and creative director of Shora Fit. And Shora Fit is a women's wear ready-to-wear brand that specializes in workwear. She clothes confident and elegant women. She wants to be able to style you through every season of your life. And she's really a brand out. And she has been sharing, in tangible terms, the top four webinars for her. And she has shared the why webinar was her first webinar for her because it really made her reflect. She had also shared about the legal framework, that the legal framework made her think about her business in ways she had never thought about it before and made her know the right foundation that she needed to take before she built. And then, of course, she has also talked about SOPs. She said for her, SOPs wasn't just about her business, it was about her life. It was about systemizing the things. And you see, that's the thing about a system that is built through a curriculum. Because when if you if you a thing or a person through a curriculum, because when you are passing through a curriculum, you see that there are different aspects of your life are going to be changing. And you see, the truth of the matter is that business principles are the same. In the they attend, my mentor would normally say that you need to run your family like a business. And so, even in the things we teach in the PFA, there are things that you can even these systems to have a
True.
working family, to remove chaos. You know how you wake up and you're sharing yesterday, you did not. SOPs takes care of that. But there's a method to these things. And
True.
so the things that we teach in the PFA are things that you can easily replicate in your home, with the people who are drivers, and you can that talk that used to talk every day in your house. You just wake up, you just be shouting. You need to systemize these things, to prevent yourself from constantly being in, shout mode, panic mode, and all that. So these are part of the things that we actually teach you in the PFA bootcamp. And where they are shared how that actually changed both her mindset, her personal life, and how she's going to approach her business. The fashion the way so she has said how that was what she wanted. She just wanted to do that week. She was waiting for, I know everybody waited for this week. Everybody kept saying, how do we hire? How do we hire? How do we hire? Yes, how do we hire is a topic that is always flogged and flogged again. And in the academy, we will not teach you how to hire until you know how to be a CEO. Because if you are not a trained CEO, you have no business. You are the front line general of your business.
Mm.
Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is coming to solve the problems that you cannot solve for yourself. So in the academy, you don't come in and we start teaching you how to hire. What is that? We equip you to be a CEO first, so that hey, I mean, you don't know your tailors can leave you on the same day. They can do union for you and leave. You don't know. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't know your business, if you do not know how to replicate your systems, if you don't know how to pick people and put them in and tell them to function, when you find yourself in situations where um your team has gone gaga, you will start saying your business has failed. And your business has not your business should not fail because any one person leaves. Your business should not even fail because everybody leaves. Because you are the one who has responsibility of passing on your vision. And so we must teach you how to replicate that vision and cascade it down every part of your ecosystem. That's how we call it, every part of your operations. So that you are the CEO. So that before you now bring someone in, you know that you are ready to hire. There's a method to hiring, and we teach you that method in the Profitable Fashionpreneur Academy. So thank you so much for sharing. All right. Now I'm going to
Thank
ask you
you.
something a bit more personal, because you have shared with us that your husband paid for you to join this boot camp. So since you have been in the boot camp, can you share with us? I wish we could even have 1 minute with your husband for him to
Ah,
share with us in tangible terms any transformation he has seen in his wife because she has been in the bootcamp. But I would want to know what your husband feels about the investment he has made in you
ah.
in the bootcamp.
But the truth is that he has actually seen changes, and the truth is that after this, you know that when you have the truth is that when you have clarity about what you are doing, there's a way you talk about your brand or talk about what you are doing. It's different from when there is no clarity. The confidence that you have when you're talking about your brand or when you're talking about what you are doing with clarity, like you are hitting the points, you are hitting it, you are just giving it just because of what you've gone through or what you've exposed yourself to, you can say this is where I'm going to, this is what I want to do, and actually go through with it. And it sounds like okay, you know what you are doing, and that's just how that's it for us right now. Like We're actually like building it. We're actually a team on this. It's our business, it's our brand. So we're working together to actually see it to work. Oh, uh, network. Network is
Is still on the stream.
Coach, today's network is not smiling with us.
It's not smiling with us, and it has not been doing this. That means your story is powerful. That means your story is powerful because he hasn't done this on other days.
Ah,
But today is really dealing with us. But we are here. We are not going anywhere. Okay, so you were sharing about the clarity that it gave you. Um, I don't know where you stopped, but if you
okay,
can
so
go ahead
I
and
was just saying that the clarity that this whole process has brought, when you understand what you are doing more, you can boldly say where you are going to. You can boldly say this is the vision. You can boldly say this is where you want to be in the next 1 year, and you have a blueprint to actually say this is how I'm going to go about it. So it makes it easy for someone to key into your vision. He has always been in the vision and all, but it's now more exciting, it's more interesting, because as we are bringing the ideas together, the thing is aligning, like, okay, this is actually something that we can work on, this is something that works. So we're in the business together, we're doing it. Uh,
all right. Thank you so much for sharing. Yes, oh guys, if you can hear me, please play this part for him. Thank you. Thank you for being, when couples are in sync, especially in business, there's a different, when the Bible says that one chases 1,000 and two chases 10,000. For me, it was really talking about marriages, because if you have your spouse on the same page with you when you're in business, it just gives you the strength to move faster.
true,
you know
true.
so I honor you, sir. Thank you for supporting our sister,
Thank
and
you,
she
thank
will
you.
she will actually give you something to be proud of. Me, I like to say
Yes,
my wife never.
so
Have you met my wife? CEO of Shorafit. If you see the things that she makes, they can turn you to bragging rights when you are with her.
yes,
So
uh,
thank you.
it's
So
my first
now that
market
I will go ahead. Yes, so he has to be now. He has to be the first marketer, the first free and unpaid marketer. All right. So now we are wrapping up. We're rounding up this session because this network is trying itself. Oh, it's not trying me. Me, I have Odeshi. I'll be here.
You know what?
Yes, it cannot work. So you have come into the academy. You have learned all these things, but you have also told us that you were, running bespoke in some way. Now, I want to ask if or how the things that you have learned in the academy has been able to affect your profitability in tangible terms. I know that it's still a short while, and like I said, profit is something that you grow. But as far as your operations as they are while you're still trying to transition, how has been in the academy positioned you better for profitability, even as a bespoke business owner trying to transition, in your current place?
Okay. So I think it has positioned me better for profitability in a way that um oh, like what word should I use now? As in, when that it still boils down to this clarity, or it boils down to clarity when you know what you are doing. So when you know what you are doing, like before this boot camp came, I was actually struggling with my pricing. Okay, that was one thing I was struggling with. Like, I knew that I was not pricing what I was supposed to be pricing at that point in time. So when I actually sat down to do the work, I knew that okay, this was not working. I can't make profit like that. I can't scale. I can't scale like this. You understand? So I started pricing what I felt I was supposed to be pricing, and something happened. Like some of the people I was sewing for, that I've had people that I sew for that from when I started learning how to sew, they've been my clients till date. Like, if I sew clothes for you, like you don't even you will not want to go somewhere else. Yes, I'm that good at what I do. You understand? But it was not matching up the bank account. It was not matching up. I was not getting what I felt was supposed to. I it was supposed to be when it comes to the account and all. So I started working on okay my pricing and all, and some of them actually started withdrawing back. Before there was I used to be scared to be like, let me not go and call this kind of price now. And this person now will now maybe the person will now know what to sew, or the person will now feel bad. But I now experienced one kind of freedom that I was ready to let go. Like, okay, if you feel you can't afford it, it's okay that you can't afford it. Like, I know what I'm offering. Do you understand? So that's freedom of fear of like, this person will now leave. The thing that it was a breakthrough for me personally. Like, I could just leave that point, and so I felt like, okay, it was an exposure for me. If those people are going, which means I'm actually opening my mind and opening for the right people to actually come in. You understand? And that's actually where I am right now. I'm actually open for the right set of people, the people that are actually in my customer avatar, people that I'm meant to serve. I'm actually open for those people to come in right now. And I'm ready to actually build a brand that actually works and a brand that is profitable. That's the goal right now. So it's not just about making clothes. I want to be the best at what I do. At the same time, I want to be profitable. There's something you used to say, coach, that if how do you used to put it again? If Jesus Christ comes into your business today, will he be proud of what he's seeing? Or if you want to sell something, does your process please him? So right now, that's how I think. Like, this thing I'm doing, this process I'm putting in place, is it a process that pleases him? Is it a process that is seamless? Will my customer feel a particular way that I want her to feel with this process that I have on ground? If it doesn't, then it means I have to work on it. And that's just it for me. So I feel like when those things are in place, the profit will definitely come in.
All right. Yes, that's actually a very powerful mindset. So you see the thing about, and that is why I say that I am called to people who are transitioning, because I understand your peculiar problems. And if you remember through the pricing week, I told you that when you start pricing properly, you need to be ready to let go, because people will leave, and it's okay.
Mm,
People will leave because the truth of the matter is that you see those people that are leaving, they will still come back. Oh, they will come back now, because they will try the confusion and they will see that what they were getting was still what you were. They know is worth it, but they are trying to see if you are worth it. Many times it is we that struggle with what we are worth. And people are
Mhm.
hoping you do not realize what you are worth. People hope that, you know, the African mentality. No talk am, no talk am, no talk am. Make her hair no swear now. Make she no come increase money. So they know what you are worth. But they have decided
Mhm.
that, you know what? Because those people that will not pay you that money, they will still go to those other brands and pay them more than that. So it's really about positioning. Do you understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, of course, when you start redirecting, redefining, refining, you must shed off old weights. That's
Mm.
normal. I remember when I started, you know, restructuring our Wura, a lot of our customers left, but a lot more came. And guess what? Even within that customer base that left, a lot still come back. A lot still came back. A lot still come back. Do you understand? Because they
Yeah.
want to be sure that you are sure of what you're doing. They are daring you. So it's your job to now say, yes, I know what I'm doing. I know what I want. I know the value I'm commanding, and I am ready to match my value with your value. I'm ready to match my product offering, you know, with the value that I am commanding for this item. And like I always say, it's about matching your value. As far as you are giving something of value, there's no such thing as the price is too much. There is a price for
Mhm.
every. The price is too much, right? People are still buying Chanel bag, Gucci, Louis
Yes, true.
Vuitton. They're still buying it now. That no money, no money, but they are buying. They are buying bank kuku to board. They are buying. They are buying all of them now. Are you kidding me? So why
They
do
are
they not
selling
buy
now.
shower? You need. It is about doing the work that puts you in that place to command what you know is worth what you put in. And so, yes, of course, I'm looking forward to your journey. I know that it is one of profitability. And we'll be
Mhm.
back. We'll be back to expand on this testimony. We'll be back
Yes,
to
so
expand on it.
yes.
By the time I'm done with you in the wearable wealth circle,
No, I can't wait to come back and look back to today and say, okay, this
we
was
will
it.
be
Now
back.
look where
That
I
is
am.
why documentation is so important, because
Mhm.
it makes you know where you are, where you're coming from, and it helps you see your growth. So, thank you so much. So now let's wrap up. You have told us that you really didn't have money to join this academy, but you had a burden and you knew that this was somewhere you wanted to be. And when you came into the academy, you saw why you had that burden. You saw why this was where you saw why you needed to be here now, you know. So perhaps there's someone like you who is on the fence. Someone has shared this thing, they've seen it, they're like, I don't really have this money. Maybe I should just wait. Maybe next time. Maybe I can just be watching the Friday live for now. Maybe I can just be doing the free things for now. What do you have to tell that person that is on the fence, that is saying, maybe this investment, is it worth it? Should I take the risk? Should I book a slot? Should I pay an installment? Should I start? Should I move? What do you have to tell that person who, like you, was in that place where they had a burden, but they didn't have the means?
Okay. I think I would say if you have if you have a burden or you have something you really want, if you have something your heart that you really want, there's always a way around it. There's always a way. You just have not put yourself in that place to assess that way. Let me put it like that. And this thing starts from mindset. It starts from the mindset of you wanting to achieve it or you wanting to get this thing. And so if you just relax and like, I don't have this money, I'm not sure say I'm ready for this thing. I'm not sure, that thing will not come because you are too. But if it's something that you really want, something that you are hungry for, something that you really want to, is I think is that idea of mindset and that leap of faith. Like this is what I want it. I want it. You speak it into existence. Some of these things are they are spiritual. They are more spiritual than physical. You understand? It's not just about you. If you take it that with that laziness of saying you just want it to pass, it will pass. But if you feel like even if you don't achieve it at that point in time, but that drive that you have to say you want it, you will see it manifest and you will see it happen. But it just takes you on your own to say, this is something I want, this is how I want to do, and this is what I want. And somehow the universe has a way of just coming around and just making things happen. And that's it.
All right. Yes, she has said that if it that I say it all the time, and even I even say it to profitpreneurs in the profit circle. I say, if you want to get something done, you will find a way. Otherwise, you will find an excuse. And
Mm.
excuses are tenable. They will always be right. They will always be justifiable. They will
So
always be okay for you to give, but they will never give you results. Your excuses will never give you results. And so it is left for you to say, okay, oh, this is what I want to do. This is how I'm going to do it. And then you now go ahead and find a way. And so if you are like Shorafit, who was on the fence, she wasn't on the fence. She knew she wanted to come in. She was looking for the money. You need to actually take that leap of faith. You need to put your faith to work. You need to call it forth. That's the truth. You need to say, this thing, I want to do it, and I will find a way to get it done. I will find a way because I am tired. I remember someone who came into the DM and she was like, oh, I want to register for this thing. And I said, okay, explain to me where you are in your fashion business. And she said, I saw this video that you did, and this video is just me. Everything you have said in this video, that's what I'm going through. And I don't have this money, but I'm going to look for it. And she has looked for it, and she's sitting pretty in the next cohort of the bootcamp. She found it, she paid small, small, but now she has already finished paying. And she's sitting pretty in the next cohort. But I remember the first conversation I had with her, she was like, I don't know how I'm going to pay the money. But I know that this thing that I saw in this ad, this thing, this is me. It's like you were just calling my name. So I'm going to look for the money. And really, that's really the way it is. If it's something that you really want, you will find a way. And somehow things will align to make it come to pass. So thank you so much for sharing. We have been talking with Shorafit. Shorafit is also known as Ugbeide Oshioke. Ugbeide Oshioke is the founder of Shorafit, and Shorafit is a ready-to-wear brand based in, where are you calling? Where are you joining us live from? Abuja,
Port Harcourt, Port Harcourt,
or where are you
Port
joining us
Harcourt,
live from?
Port Harcourt, Port Harcourt.
Port Harcourt.
Yeah.
Okay. So Shorafit is a brand based in Port Harcourt. She's joining us from. She says that she makes the most amazing workwear. Even me now, when I finish this call, I will go and check it out so that I will not come and be the one that is the left behind, because yes, as you can see, I wear workwear a lot. So yes,
Yes.
I like to also patronize workwear brand. And if you're not shopping from Shorafit, don't let them rest. Shorafit your plug.
Okay.
Shorafit your plug. Where are
I
you
use
going to now? And I'm just
something.
going to just give us our final notes for today. Closing words.
Can you hear me?
Did you hear me? Hear me?
I think you said something about
Yes, I can hear you
closing.
now. I was like,
Okay.
so as we are rounding up, can you give us your final words for, yes, your
Okay.
last words? Last words. Let's wrap up this session.
Okay. I would say if you are not in the wearable words, if you're not in the PFA bootcamp, I think this is somewhere you really need to be. If you are struggling with your brand, you are struggling with your finances, you don't just know where to place yourself in your business, like you are struggling with hiring, you're having problems with your staffs, and you just feel like your brand is not where it's supposed to be. I think it's actually time you call the number and get in contact with Coach Rhoda. This is a life-changing experience. It's a life-changing experience for me. And I believe it will be a life-changing experience for you also. Don't allow this opportunity pass you by. Don't say I did not tell you.
See
Don't say I did not do
the
anything
academy through her
for
eyes,
you.
and she was about to give us final words when my network went out, and she's back on. So we're going to go ahead and take her final words so that we can call it a night. It is 10:25 p.m. West African time. We still have 5 people right here on this stream. Shout out to you all. Thank you for joining us live. And we want to hear Shorafit's final words.
Okay, so I was already saying it that if you've not joined the PFA and you are thinking that if this is something that you should join, and you are these things that we're talking about are things that you feel like you need help with, don't allow this next course to pass you by. This whole process changed my life. It changed my experience. It changed my mindset. It changed everything. I don't regret ever registering for this bootcamp. I don't regret it. And I'm continuing. I'm not leaving Kushura. I'm not leaving now because this journey that I started, we're doing the journey together. Yes. So don't allow the next cohort to pass you by. Don't say I did not tell you something. Don't say I did not do anything for you. Don't allow this cohort pass you by. Find a way and enter so that at the end of 3 months, you too will stand strong. Like you stand and say, yes, this is what I've done. One thing I watched something today that was talking about Olushola was talking about the greatest investment that you can do is to actually invest in yourself. If you are not investing in yourself and you feel like you are doing those investments outside, putting money here, putting money there, and you're not putting money on yourself, you yourself should be your first investment. If you're not investing on yourself to become better, to grow, to become good at what you do, and you're putting money somewhere else, I think there's a missing link somewhere, something is missing. This should be something, this should be a Christmas gift for yourself. Register for this boot camp that's starting October and enter New Year dancing and singing. Thank you, Coach Rura.
Yes, so in fact, I like that close Christmas closing statement. This should be a Christmas gift to yourself. And let me tell you
Yeah.
why this next cohort is actually very instrumental. So we have a 1 year expanded program which is going to start on the 1st of February 2025. And we're not going to be starting 1 year programs every time we finish a 3 month program. No, we're not going to do that. We run the academy in a structured way. It is a school. Things are run in a structured way. So it is only the people who are joining the November bootcamp that will be able to merge with those who did September and join the February. So if you miss the November bootcamp, and you attend boot camp on any other time of the year and you want to join the 1 year expanded, you will wait until February next year before you join again. Once 1st of February reaches and we start the wearable wealth circle, which is the expanded 1 year program, which is for a select few people who are really ready to give me results. Once we close up that group, it's not going to be open. It will not be open until the 1st of February 2026. And you cannot join the 1 year until you have passed through the 3 months. And the reason is simple. I need you to have a bird's eye view of how to structure your business first, so that you don't tell me that you're waiting until we finish 1 year before you start making money. What is that? I want you to start making money so that even as you are in that 1 year and you're expanding on your knowledge, you are making money with the knowledge that you already have. And so the 3 months is a prerequisite for the 1 year. No, I'm not admitting people into the 1 year. you will go to 3 months first, and you will build the resilience first. Because if you don't even build the resilience inside 3 months, you will not even be able to cope in the 1 year. That's the truth. You will not. So if you miss November cohorts, you will not join 1 year in February. You will wait until February of 2027. Abby? Yes. You wait until February 2027 before you can join. So if you are here and you know someone you want to send this link to, this is the time that you send it. We have 8 days to the end of October. And the moment it is November 1st, the arc is closed. No, I do not open it. We don't take people middle of boot camp. Oh, I can cope. No. If you miss day one, if you miss my induction, you are not entering. It's that simple. Because even the people that even start from induction, they are still struggling, not to talk of you that we want to come midway. So no, you will not enter. So so this is the time to share this link. And you see, like where they are shared, she said that someone shared the link and she clicked on it. If you are on this call, if you are on this live and this link has come to you, maybe all it came to you for was to pass it to somebody. So if God is laying it in your heart that, okay, oh, this my designer that has been designing for me since, I need, this is the time that you actually send the link. This is the time that you send the link. So the next cohort of the PFA Ready-to-Wear Bootcamp actually starts on the 1st of November 2025. The details are going to be displayed on the screen shortly. And like I said, once we get to the 1st of November, that is all. The act will be closed. You can click on the banner on the screen. You would actually see the details being rolling on the banner to show you how you can register. And right there in the comment section, we also have, the way that you can register for the next cohort of the bootcamp. So you want to send a message, you want to reach out if you are ready to register. And of course, if you need to send this to someone, this is the time that you send it. This is the time that you send it before the time actually runs out. Okay, I see the team is trying to pull up this, but it's actually not coming up. Okay, so the next course starts on the 1st of November, 20,000 naira. You need to get in before then if you want to be a part of the cohort. So we have been talking to Ugbeide Oshioke, who is the founder of Shorafit, and she has shared her incredible journey in their academy. Where they can you share your Instagram handle with us so that we can actually drop it in the comment section for those who want to follow you and see what you are all about.
Okay.
So is
My
it just
Instagram
Shorafit
handle is
or Shorafit
Yes,
underscore or Shorafit?
Shorafit,
What is
just
the
Shorafit.
Shorafit?
Shorafit.
It's just
Shorafit.
at Shorafit.
Yes.
All right. So I dropped that. Yes, I know the spelling. It's our brand. All right. So that is going to come up in the comment section right now. You want to actually give her a follow, give her a like, and connect with her. So this has been my profitable fashionpreneur journey with Ugbeide Oshioke. Tomorrow we will be here when we'll be meeting yet another profitpreneur. And we are not going to be tired. Yes, tomorrow we have our weekly webinar in the profit circle, and we will have that webinar. And by 9 o'clock, we'll be here to meet yet another profitpreneur, share my incredible journey in the profit circle, and I can't wait. If you have enjoyed these conversations, this is the time you put your fire emojis, your scissors emoji, you put your emojis in the comment section. Thank you so much for coming on this live. It's 10:34. We still have 5 people watching us live, and I do not take that for granted. Remember to share the link with anyone who you know would benefit from being in the next cohort of the PFA Ready-to-Wear Bootcamp. Thank you, Oboide, for coming on to share your story. I appreciate the gift of your time. I do not take it for granted. I appreciate your honor in actually coming and sacrificing your time and sharing your story. And
Thank
of course, I
you.
never take it for granted. I honor you. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you
on
for
this
having me.
journey.
Thank you. I
And
really
it has been an
appreciate.
amazing time. And despite the network, we made.
We made it to the end.
Thank you so much. Of course, you can catch us live on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Yes, we made it to the end. We stream on all platforms. So we will see you same time, same station tomorrow when we'll be meeting another profitable in the profit circle here. I will see you in the profit circle. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank